Hello and welcome back to the channel, Cali Legends Media. I'd like to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel thus far. If you haven't subscribed but you often watch the videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Later on, if you're not happy with the channel, you could unsubscribe, but it'll really help the channel out if you subscribe. Put that notification bell on all so you'll be notified whenever a new video drops or if we go live. Also, if you find the video interesting, hit that like button. It's a good way to support the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, CESAR Hernandez, man. I woke up this morning to a barrage of news that this guy has been apprehended. They captured him. They caught him slipping, basically. They caught him slipping. Pretty unbelievable way that they apprehended him. But we'll go ahead and cover that right now. But I'm just going to go over CESAR Hernandez and who he is and what this is all about for those of you who don't know. It's a pretty popular story, and I know most of you have heard it, so I'll keep it short. CESAR Hernandez escaped from prison. Okay, he had 80 years to life. And he had an opportunity to escape. He got his hand on a handcuff key, or made one, and uncuffed himself, slipped out of his cuffs. And when he had the opportunity, he getting off of the van, he bedazzled the the COs, the correctional officers, and he boned out. And we hadn't seen CESAR Hernandez. The last time we had seen him from that escape, the point of escape, was when he was running through the field and the gordito was chasing him and pulled a strap on him and didn't shoot. Dude turned that corner and he had been gone. And at that time, there was a lot of speculations on how and when this guy would be recaptured, okay? And mostly everybody was in agreement, the content creators, that he'd be recaptured probably when they offer a reward for him. You know, somebody would end up telling on him for the money, you know. And we also suspected that he was going to try to get out of the country, obviously. And Mexico, Tijuana would be the obvious choice. It's the closest border. Anyways, yeah, he went into Tijuana, and he was there in Tijuana for quite some time, I would imagine, and ended up living in this private, like a private villa, you know, where you have to check in with a security to go and visit somebody there, you know, if you don't live there. In any case, they had located this guy, and the word on the curb was that somebody had turned him in. Anyways, he went ahead and refused to go with these officers. They weren't going to take him. He had a shootout with them, shot through the door, hitting a very high Mexican official from one of their police, you know, one of the areas of their police force. Unalived her. So now he's an escapee with looking at 80 years to life plus whatever they give him for the escape, which wouldn't really matter because basically the guy was never going to see the light of day again. With 80 years to life plus getting in trouble while he's in there, they had caught him with a controlled substance and they caught him manufacturing weapons. So dude was, you know, he was in the mix. Now it's unclear what car he ran with. I heard two stories on that. I heard he ran with the homies and I heard he ran with the paisas. I don't know. Okay, I really don't know. If somebody knows for sure, I'd like to know. Maybe you could let me know in the comment section. Anyways, dude was able to get out of that situation, that shootout there in Tijuana, and elude supposedly 300 officers that had set a perimeter for dude, right? He took off, he ended up changing clothes, and basically just walked away from the whole scene. It's been 9 days. Yesterday was April 17th. And they captured this guy. Okay, now this is crazy. Okay, ever since that shootout happened, there's been a heavy police presence in the Tijuana and the border cities there, and basically they cordoned off Tijuana. If you wanted to leave that city and go further into Mexico or back to the United States, you were gonna go through a checkpoint. You know, they were everywhere, which made it hard for the civilians to move around and handle their day-to-day business, or anybody else that would do business there in the area, right? A lot of people were saying, yeah, people who do business in that area are probably pissed off at this dude because he brought a lot of heat to the area. And I'm sure that, I mean, that's obvious. You know, I'm sure he pissed off a lot of people. He stepped on a lot of toes by doing this. And in any case, there's all these checkpoints. I believe he stood there in Tijuana because he was unable to leave. If he was able to, he would have. But it was so hot because people have said that they went over there and there was truckloads of police, and they get down different over there. You know, they roll around in truckloads in like army fatigues with helmets and rifles and stuff, you know. It's not like here you see a sheriff car. You see a lot of undercover detectives messing around when they're running one of their plans. Over there, it looks like a military takeover, you know. I haven't been there in like 25 years, so I'm sure things have changed. There's a channel of a young man. His channel's name is damn it, Breaking Through by Slugs or something to that effect. I honestly, I'm bad with names. I don't pay attention. I'd know if I was looking for it on YouTube. But anyways, this guy with that channel, Slugs, he said, well, I wish I could remember the name of the channel. There's no disrespect to him or his channel. I just can't remember. But anyways, he said that Mexico is not like that. It's very civil. The police are real professional. That's not the Tijuana I remember. The Tijuana I remember was the Wild Wild West. And if you know, you know. He wasn't born, and if he was born, he was probably still very, 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 very young. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was like that. It was crazy over there. You know, the police were always jacking you, man, taking your money. You pissed them off or you were drunk, they'd fuck you up, you know. Yeah, it was like that. And the jails are really bad. I have homeboys that spent time in the Mexican jails. They don't like the guys from over here, man. But that being said, there are several guys over there in their prisons that speak English and Spanish. A lot of them are from down here, that have been, you know, that were raised down here in California or in the United States, and were deported back to Tijuana, got in trouble, and ended up in prison. So there's a lot of guys over there. He's gonna find his people fast in there. You know what I mean? It's not like before. Before, you'd get treated bad, you know? I hear it's not as bad, but it's still worse than being in a prison in the United States. Prison in the United States is plush and comfortable and provides a lot for its inmates compared to Mexico. I don't believe it's changed all that much. But yeah, it was like that before. In any case, dude's in a bad way. Now he's facing a murder charge in Mexico, and he's still got to answer to the time and his sentence over here in the United States. Okay, let's talk about him getting arrested and where this place was. This house was a shooting gallery. Okay, for those of you who don't know what a shooting gallery is, it's a place where people who use drugs usually intravenous drugs if it's called a shooting gallery. If not, they'd probably call it just a trap house. But a shooting gallery is where people go and they shoot drugs, okay? The report was that when they pulled up on this guy, he was in no condition to resist. What does that mean? I don't know. It either means, in my opinion, that he was loaded off his ass. You know what I'm saying? They say he was half naked. He was probably kicking back in his crime fighting suit, the one he got away with, his invisible cloaking chonies. I don't know, but dude was half naked, they say, and in no condition to resist. Okay, there was a firearm present. Nevertheless, he couldn't function. He has priors missing with controlled substances. So, and it's a shooting gallery. So, in my opinion, I'm thinking he's probably out there trying to get a head change and got caught slipping. The bad decisions that I talk about and recommend everybody not to make. Obviously, the people that hang around those places and frequent those places would love to pick up a $35,000 reward doing just about anything, you know, and something as easy as saying, "Hey, man, dude's in the pad. He's loaded on his ass," you know. You could send a nun in there to cuff him up. You know, it's like, dude can't function. In any case, they went and they got old boy. So, I'm sure a lot of people are glad that it's over, that live there in Tijuana, that do business there in Tijuana. And most of you can figure out who I'm talking about. And for obvious reasons, he fucked logistics up there in that area in a bad way, you know. And probably a lot of people didn't want to mess with him after he did what he did to that officer, to that commander, that female that lost her life, you know. A lot of people were like, probably like, "Hey, dude, you're too hot," you know. Nevertheless, he got told on for probably, that's my suspicion, who did it, whether it was one of the dope fiends that kick it there or somebody else, I don't know, like somebody else higher up that does business and just wanted him apprehended so things could go back to normal operating conditions and logistics could go back to normal, you know. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I would suspect those might have had reasons, be part of the reasons. Now, I'm not sure that CESAR Hernandez is an American citizen or if he's some other nationality, okay? So as far as extradition, I don't know if they're going to deport him from Mexico and bring him back to the United States. I'm sure the United States is going to fight for extradition, and they're going to want him back because for now he's state property and he's an escapee from the United States, and I don't know, they're going to work that out. I'm sure it's gonna probably be a lengthy process. I don't know. I suspect it would be because Mexico's going to want him to be punished for his actions there and for taking that young lady's life, you know. So yeah, his best bet would have been to get his ass back to the United States and get back to one of them cozy little United States prison cells, you know, compared to what he's going to have to go through now, you know. Sick. It sounds like he's not going to be in the best condition for a while. You know, he's going through it right now. Dude's disappointed that he got caught slipping, that he did what he did. He's full of regret, full of sorrow, and full of the realization that he's going back. And chances are, look, that dude's gonna have a rabbit jacket on him, no matter where he goes, no matter where they transfer him or move him. They're gonna have the tightest security on him, guns on him, everything. They're gonna have everything on this guy because they're gonna figure, he's got a little bit of jackrabbit blood in him. He just might bounce anytime. So his whole treatment's gonna change in the United States. and probably in Mexico they don't care if he tries to escape or not. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't mind putting a bullet in the guy, you know. Anyways, I don't wish no dude no bad luck. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that can't be argued. Ya se acabó el corrido. His run is over, and now they could finish his corrido. It's gonna end in a weak way, because I was sure, man, almost without a doubt, that he was gonna hold court in the street and he was gonna go out with a bang, you know, guns blazing. I'm not saying that he wouldn't, but I'm just saying that he couldn't. Why? Because of maybe bad decisions. Maybe he didn't have a choice, man. I don't think he was getting the same kind. I think everybody just cut him loose and said, hey, dude, run for the hills. You know, you're on your own, buddy, you know. Because anybody caught hiding this guy or helping him, we're going to be looking at some serious charges too. So I think he was at the end of his rope and just wanted to get his head tight and got turned in. You know, in my opinion, I believe that's what's going to happen. More is going to come out. As you know, most of this video is just speculation. And you guys let me know, man. You agree with my synopsis, with my summary of his capture and what may have happened and how he most likely got caught. And I say what I say because the house he got caught in, you know, it was a house that they were using for a shooting gallery, you know. And I don't know if any of you have been to a shooting gallery before, but you have all kinds of different characters going in and out of those houses, especially characters that could use a few racks, you know. So yeah, I don't know what dude was thinking. I don't think he was, man. I think he had got a dose that was too powerful for him. Maybe had some fent or in it or something, and he got taken down by the fent. You know, he wasn't on his toes. He wasn't ready. Anyways, so we'll see what comes out in the future with the CESAR Hernandez situation. But yeah, he's back in custody, and I don't know if he's gonna do his punishment first in the United States or first in Mexico, but he's definitely gonna be serving sentences in both if he lives long enough to do so. Anyway, this is my video for today, people. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm looking forward to this one. I know this is going to be a banger in the comment section. I'm hoping, because this is a good one. This is a trip. And like I said, man, it's a poor end to his corrido. I don't know how they're going to spin this to make it sound gangster, because there was nothing gangster about getting caught in your tantarans, unable to resist, and in a shooting gallery. You know, that's gacho, you know. Anyways, my video for today, people. Stay safe, stay free. Let's make good decisions, and God bless you and God bless your families. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you on the next video. Forget to hit that like button. Thank you very much.